Okay, boys and girls, I will have to agree. Like I said before, agree that what I just heard, that my grandfather is a con man. But which one? Would that be Charles? Would that be William B. Ellery? Or is that Joseph Zillig? Right? Right. So the whole point of this exercise is, see, I'm trying to prove that he already killed me once, which is probably pretty positive, okay, based upon whatever reason, okay. You won't know that reality because he changed it around, okay? He made it look like something else happened. So, it's up to you people as a society or in a city. If you know of another reality of another person, you guys have to prove it. And then you have to also prove that that reality existed. Or you have to work together to create that reality again, which is 10 times harder, because if he went through and hurt and killed and manipulated certain people to keep that from happening, or to swap over so he can be a Jewish man now when he really wasn't, so he can be immortal, then it's gonna make your life a little bit harder, okay? So, but you have to work together to prove that he's the con man. You have to do more than that, okay? I can say that, but you have to get a lot of other people to believe it, and then you got to be able to make something happen that's sustainable, which is more favorable for everybody, which is what the human race tries to do, okay? So, like I said, I don't work to prove something I already know, okay? I just pay attention to what I saw, and then I put it up there and run the message back, okay? So you can assume some events that happened based on that, and a man followed it. But you'll have no disagreement for me that they're a con man, but they're going to turn around and say, well, then these people are con men, okay? So that's the big fight, okay? Those of you who have a criminal background and those who don't. And that's the hard part to get around. So, if that's what you agree on, groups of you have to work together to create basically a new reality. Because you can fight and fight and fight to prove something, but it really doesn't get anything done. The real work's done. This is why I did what I used to do, is create a new reality. So the more friendships you make, and you move to a different area, new technology, then you'll create a new reality. Because that's what they ran off and did during this whole game. Do you think he really cares about some of the people who died out here? No, okay, because he was a man in the military. So he's seen things that a lot of you haven't, and he knows how to work around those. They're people who are used to seeing death, okay? So when they're actually used to that, it's a little bit different for those of you who aren't, okay? So when people die, you don't know. So it could be, like I said, the minister said from Pastor Rommel's, it's all an act. Are you sure you're seeing what you think you see? Okay, are you sure? It might be an event that already happened and we're trying to catch up to something else, okay? I'm trying to break a ritual, okay? Because the ritual they have running out here is causing the problem. Now, they might be more advanced. They might have evolved and you guys didn't because of the things they did. So that's the big dividing line. And until they have to prove what they've done, but you also have to prove what the opposite of it does. But I don't know. I wasn't here. I can only go by what I see and I'm picking up. Just like you see an arrow on the ground. Is that meant for me? Maybe, maybe not. It might be other people who are stuck. Okay? You're trying to think of it this way. You got Holocaust victims, right? You're stuck in an area. And you got families trying to recover them. So they have different ways of doing that. And so that's the whole big push. And then there's some people who are going to take advantage of it. See, G love TB, right? You don't know what that means. It may be for me, it may be for something else. Then you have people who just live normal lives that could care less, because some of the stuff that people do for this stuff is way hard and difficult. And these people much rather live their lives because they're already used to war and all that stuff, because they're military families and police. And so they want to forget that stuff. So when you take on something like what I do, it's a little bit different. And that's why Joe and me have some pretty big issues with each other, because there's some stuff set in and I know people saw it and people want it back, but there's others that fight to keep that from happening because they don't want to live that lifestyle, or it's too difficult to live that lifestyle.